something's brewing. We're not talking about drinking on the live stream, though I'm always down to have a beer with the boys. That is not a joke. That is not a soft grouping. They get down with the get down. It's there. He orchestrates. He must play multiple instruments or know multiple languages. Some might call him the French Santa Claus. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is LaBelle. And today, I am very much so excited about this concept. Because I was thinking to myself, I've seen a lot of you playing plenty of FIFA, been grinding through a lot of these friendlies, objectives, deliverables, and I started to reflect and say, wait a sec. There are a lot of players this year that have been completely free that come in at high value. You can use throughout the weekend league, maybe even a surprise pickup. And I thought, I've got to be the man to bring that exposure to the people, to remind you that these guys were completely free if you grinded, and they can make a difference in your squad, whether they're dominating in the starting 11 or they're coming off as a super sub, but nothing out of pocket. And I'm paying attention more than ever because I'm on a road to glory. We don't have a pay to win account. We don't have an investment account. We're all in with one account. So like the video, drop a subscription if you're new, you're welcome, or I'm happy to have you. We're welcoming. This is that Dirty Mike stamp. We're gonna talk defenders, midfielders, and attackers, and this video is not about all of the players. We're gonna cover the best guys, and I wanna see if you can put together a squad, because that's where it started. I was looking to build out a team, and I was realizing chemistry was getting very tricky, and what's an acceptable number from a chemistry standard, which would actually be great if you could put that in the comments. Is 80 chem acceptable with these limitations? Is there even a goalkeeper that fits into the objective milestone gifted by EA category? Happy holidays. It is still cold in my apartment. I am moving ASAP, so the backdrop will definitely shift. Final disclaimer, if I've missed someone, great. We have the comment section below. Who do you believe should have got mentioned? Are we aligned? No, this is not about SBCs. Squad building challenges still cost some sort of investment or money out of pocket. Even if it's not from the marketplace, you had to pick up those players. That was the secondary disclaimer. And I am listing these players in order as to where I find them most valuable. So if you don't like the order, blame it on me. Defenders starts out with Aaron Long, milestone objective. And this was so easy to unlock. This is the American dream, not just because he plays for New York Red Bulls, but when I was pairing him up, and I know that Ikapara is not into this criteria, but that's still a green on green and made for a partnership that was meta, but it was not all about the Varans and the Mendy's. Speaking of Frenchmen, Koundé, now up to an 84. I prefer Long, but a lot of you will prefer Koundé, and that's completely fine. They're very close. Long's a little bit bigger, a little more physical. Koundé's turning, I would say, is a little bit better, a little bit smoother, regardless of what it says on these foot items in terms of the stats, but his actual side to side. That new Volland, that's a foot item I never thought that I was excited for, or that I wanted to unlock. I highly recommend it. It's a pretty easy objective as well. He's better suited as a center back with those stats than he is as a striker. Let's be honest here. How many of you watching this video have used Volland as a striker? I'll give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Anybody in the comments saying, oh yeah, Volland's my guy? You're a liar. You never used him. He was untouched. He was unusable. But this new foot item, this has some excitement behind it. Something's brewing. And we're not talking about drinking on the live stream, though I'm always down to have a beer with the boys. Next up, we have Mook. Mook was exclusively the right back of choice in the Bundesliga. We just got a new iteration, a new drop with the freeze with Limer. And if you don't have Mook, you almost need to pick him up if you want to go Bundesliga. But he's also valuable because Mook could play as a center back and be a primetime center back or a fullback. Gives you some solid versatility. And then last but not least, for the defenders, you got to talk about Lima. Underrated, underappreciated. Green links with Aaron Long. I used a 3 out of 4 American back line, and we were able to go Elite 1. That is not a joke. That is not a soft grouping. They get down with the get down. Midfielders. I struggled a little bit more, and I feel as if I'm missing some players in this category. This is your center attacking mid, your center mid, your holding mid. I've got Mollet as my first choice. He's a surprise. Statistically, when you read off that foot item, you say this guy could be decent, but once you've played with them, played against them, the finesse shots, the placement, the precision, it's there. He orchestrates. He must play multiple instruments or know multiple languages because he's able to get all those players aligned and on the same page. They're making runs when they should make runs, and he's finding them. He's delivering the goods. Some might call him the French Santa Claus, and all of you can be part of the reindeer. Rudolph just bursting through the middle of the pitch. Have I taken that too far? I am feeling festive, and I'm wearing a beanie, and I'm feeling like Home Alone. If you've not seen Home Alone, stop what you're doing. Please pay for that rental or find it somewhere on the internet. Watch Home Alone. It's a classic. Balassi, Everton. I am an Everton supporter, but this is one of those players that's just enjoyable, a true pleasure on the virtual pitch. He has the skills, he has the size, he has the FIFA track record, the history. It's a beautiful thing. Velocity has always been in that overpowered category, and he always was able to wiggle and work and razzle and dazzle and flare, and he had the right body type. He always felt like he was going to be the cheap Cristiano Ronaldo. Gravenberch, 6'3", greens, please, box to box, midfielder. I said earlier he could be the gardener. This man is planting all sorts of different plants in pots. He has variety, he has taste. I'm not sure where I was taking that, but for a free foot item between the strength, the size, high agility, 87 agility on a 6'3" midfielder, it starts making me think about Talisca, and Talisca's Brazilian, which is also green. Everything is about green, just like the money that you're saving by picking up Gravenberch. Attackers, I have a long list, but some of these guys really just shouldn't be on here. I love De La Feo. That's my first pickup, 86 overall. You've seen him used in the competitive play, the weekend league. This man is a monster. He is something disgusting. If you want a new left winger in your life, or even a super sub, this could be your guy. He's going to disrupt what happens offensively, high-low work rates. We're like the Spaniard. Also Van Bergen, Gravenberch. That's a green link up. A lot of people like Van Bergen, and the price is right. If you never watched that show, you're also missing out on a classic. Sinclair, maybe exclusively going to be a super sub, because I don't know how to link him in a normal team unless you just have a bunch of icons. But if you've experienced the wrath of Sinclair, it's not something that we should play with. We don't need to joke about it. I talked about him being the new Ryan Kent. I meant it. Or even in that Chucky Lozano category. When I see Sinclair, it's not a good thought. I know that I got something I have to deal with. Late goals being conceded. That's definitely on the agenda. He marked his calendar. Part of the programming. And now after that, they get a little more debatable. I've got the likes of Jota, who's got the 83. He's been upgraded. A lot of you will talk about Coman, but I don't see Coman as a starter for me. I love that we got that Beckham foot item, who I actually think is better than what I was initially expecting with Beckham. But at the same time, he's not built for meta. But the fact that EA just gifted all of us a Beckham foot item for doing nothing, and we get those La Liga link ups, it's able to bring together some green connections. We're very happy about Real Madrid Beckham. I'm not going to complain. He's an iconic guy on the pitch, off the pitch. We want to know everything about Beckham. His influence, astronomical. So we appreciate this. And I have to give a special shout out to my man Akinfenwa. I know, 74 overall. I'm not saying that he's meta. If you are playing the silver challenges, you have to have Akinfenwa on your lineup. He has a unique body type. He's just bruising and cruising against silver defenders and silver midfielders. He's one of those players that I've had so much fun using that I just feel it's unfair if I don't put him into this video, even though I know that we're not going to play with him throughout the weekend league or division rivals. But he's not only the strongest player in FIFA 21, but he also has a usable placement when you're going through all these silver objectives. I highly recommend putting Akinfenwa into motion. But he's on my wall actually behind me. I don't know if you could see the silver sign right here. That is of Akinfenwa. I did a tour of my office. It will be in that video, visibly, completely on display. And what makes him so special and what makes him so different, it's really not even what he's accomplished on the pitch, but who he is off the pitch is even greater. Just as a person, you could tell that this is somebody that you want to be around. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I have a man crush. Slightly. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed everything, make sure to drop a like, especially if you want more videos like this. I'd love to see in the comments which players you think I left out, or would you have ordered them differently, and how are you building a squad? How do we put together a team that has enough chemistry where I could actually use these players throughout a weekend league, or we could promote this team as being the best free team in FIFA. But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming out for you and for you ASAP.